Hey guys, you got Kelsey, Luna, and myself, Nelson here, doing some peacock bass fishing down in Alligator Alley. We spent the last 3 days commercial lobster diving, and both of us felt like we needed a break.
That's for sure.
Here we're using pretty light line because the waters, as you can see, it's fairly clear, and the bait we're using, shiners, are just bought from local bait and tackle stores. They're not the most energetic, feistiest bait, so you want to make it easy for him to swim around, get those fish to bite.
We're just using a regular Walmart bubbler.
Yep, in a 5-gallon bucket. And I think we got 5 dozen this day.
5 dozen.
And they've had no problem keeping them in the bucket alive all day. Oh, and right here you can see that I forgot the net. I left it home, which is...
That sure would have been nice to have that net.
2.5 hours away. So we'll be trying to hand grab these fish before they get
through the grass.
Yeah.
Watch out for the snakes.
Oh yeah, there's a few snakes and a few alligators around. Most of the time they won't bother you. We did have this one alligator.
Right about here is where he was coming up close to the shore, checking out the fish, and me and Luna. He didn't seem that aggressive though.
No, he just liked all that splashing y'all were making. Look at the bump on his head.
That's a big male right there.
Uh-huh.
The males were the only ones feeding that day.
Yeah, all the fish are spawning right now this time of year. This is towards the end of the spawning season. But the females wouldn't really take your bait. You could see them along the shoreline, but the males would.
This is the beginning of August.
Yeah.
They were a little bit more energetic the end of July when Nelson was scouting different spots to take me, wasn't it?
Yep. When I drove you down to the airport, I took the little boat down there and did some scouting and caught some fish.
Using a GoPro for that underwater action. There's the shiners.
Yep. Oh, and they ran about anywhere from $10 to $13 a dozen. I personally didn't care how much it cost. We just went to the closest bait and tackle store.
They typically open about 6 o'clock. Most bait and tackle shops in Fort Lauderdale, Miami area.
Oh, we're using J hooks, and Kelsey didn't get the hook set on that one.
I guess got too excited.
But hooked up a new bait, threw it out, and probably caught the exact same fish.
They were hungry. We were the only ones there on the canal.
Yeah, I don't think we saw another boat all day long.
Didn't see another boat, not another car.
I think there was one truck driving by working that day.
Yeah, but nobody fishing.
No.
I don't think most people know about these little side canals that are packed with peacock bass.
No, you don't see a lot of traffic there. Like Lake Ida, we see piles of people there fishing.
Sometimes you just gotta go out and explore and see what you find.
Yeah.
There's a nice male peacock there.
He did the slow swim away, huh?
He did a slow swim away. Nelson reeling in a fish.
So peacock bass are an invasive fish, but FWC has decided they get a green card. They're allowed to be here. And as such, you are allowed to keep 2 peacock bass per person. Only one of those can be over 17 inches.
They were introduced by the Wildlife Commission in the 1980s. They were actually imported into Florida from Peru and Brazil. If you don't have shiners, you can use different types of baits. You can use cichlids if you have a fish trap.
One of those little Walmart minnow traps works pretty well. Throw some bread in it, throw it in any like heavy grassed area along the shoreline, and you'll probably catch some.
They're very pretty bait.
And the peacock bass love them. Seems like they like smaller bait. For example, if you had cichlids and bigger brim side by side in the water, it seems like they'd hit those, eat the cichlids, the smaller ones, instead of a bigger brim.
They're also a lot feistier in the water. They don't die as quickly.
They're so much tougher than the shiners, that is for sure. Speaking of cichlids being more feistier in the water, that's exactly what we caught here, a really big Mayan cichlid.
Unlike the peacock bass, there's no size regulation or limit on these fish.
They do taste really good though. We've eaten a few of them too.
They are tasty fish.